Eddie Davis of Freeport, Long Island, New York. Of course, the champion Michael Spinks has won the titles of the WBA, the WBC, and has been recognized by the new International Boxing Federation. Only Marvin Hagler, the middleweight champion of the world, is an undisputed champion. He lays all of those crowns on the line today against number 2 ranked Eddie Davis. With us on the commentary, Sugar Ray Leonard and Gil Clancy. And Gil, Eddie Davis has gone through certainly the most unusual preparation for a challenger in recent boxing history. He's had a martial arts expert giving him a whole new of isolated muscle exercises, a totally different kind of routine than a boxer normally has. He's had a psychologist provide him with subliminal motivation on Michael Jackson records. As an old fight trainer and manager, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, you emphasize the word old, Tim, and I believe in the old training methods. I think that fighters have always been the best trained athletes in the world. I'm always willing to learn something new, though, so let's see.
All right, well, Ray Leonard, of course, Michael Spinks is an old Olympic teammate of yours, and indeed of the 5 Olympians who won gold medals and have done so well in the pros, he's the only one who is still a professional champion.
Hold. I was champion when I retired. Give me a few fights, I'll be back champion once again.
Well, all right, what about your buddy? One thing, you can't criticize him, he's 24-0, but one thing that fight people notice is that he's a slow starter. Eddie Davis, I'm sure, plans to jump on him quickly. What about his slow starts?
Well, I'm expecting that Michael Spinks will be very aggressive, and he has to keep Eddie Davis right in front of him, slow him down with body shots, and take advantage of it.
All right, well, Michael Spinks trying once again to remain undefeated and to, of course, retain his 3 titles that he holds, WBC, WBA, and IBF, and it will be, of course, a test for him against a man who's been there once before. Eddie Davis fought Dwight Muhammad Qawi, who's in the audience today. The former Dwight Braxton was then WBC champion, and he stopped Eddie Davis in 11 rounds. So for Davis, it's a second opportunity to get himself a world championship, and this time he can have all 3 of the belts that you see being paraded in. Right now, the champion, Michael Spinks, is headed toward ringside. He lives in Philadelphia, born in St. Louis, and so here in Atlantic City, he has a room full of fans at Resorts International who have come over from the Philadelphia area to cheer on their champion. Eddie Davis, of course, also not from too far away. The challenger lives in Freeport, Long Island, New York, and that is just a short drive, about 3 hours distance, and so there are many Eddie Davis fans as well. Davis in the ring, and here comes the champion, Michael Spinks. Well, he can't wear all 3 of those belts at one time, but they are on the line, along with the titles that represent the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. We'll be back with round 1 from Atlantic City in just a moment.
And lift the balustrade.
What? Jim Ryan back in Atlantic City, New Jersey with Sugar Ray Leonard and Gil Clancy for this World Light Heavyweight Championship bout. And let's join our ring announcer, Frank Shane.
Dr. Stanley P. Rogers and Dr. Ronald Wood. The judges assigned Joe Cortez, Larry Hazard, and Carol Castellano. The timekeeper, Roy Johnson. The referee counting for the knockdowns at the bell, Zach Clayton. This contest, 12 rounds. In the blue corner, he's wearing red trunks trimmed with white. He weighed in at 173.5 pounds. He is rated number 2 in the world by both the World Boxing Association and the World Boxing Council. His career record, 27 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 17 knockouts. Here he is, the very capable challenger, Eddie Wildcat Davis. The supervisors for the World Boxing Association, Mr. Alberto Alamin Jr., and for the World Boxing Council, Demetrio Valado, and also the president of the International Boxing Federation, Robert W. Lee. And in the red corner, he's wearing white trunks trimmed with black. He weighed in at 172 pounds. He hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His career record, 24 wins, undefeated, the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, with 17 stunning knockouts along the way. Here he is, the very worthy champion, Michael Spinks. 12 rounds. Referee Frank Cappuccino will deliver the instructions to both boxers.
Well, after that lengthy introduction, we'll take a look at the tail of the tape for Michael Spinks and his challenger, Eddie Davis. You can see Michael Spinks, 27 years of age, has a considerable height advantage. He came in at 172 pounds. There had been some discussion that he was having difficulty making the weight, but he came in comfortably under it. 173.5 for the 5'9.5" Eddie Davis, and he is 32 years of age with 27 victories, 3 defeats, and 1 draw, 17 knockouts along the way. His second title opportunity, he fought the former Dwight Braxton, who is now here at ringside. Dwight Muhammad Kwawi calls himself now, and he is scheduled to meet Michael Spinks, provided there is no upset by Eddie Davis, which would be a rematch, of course, between Kwawi and Spinks. But right now, Michael Spinks has Eddie Davis on his mind. Davis in the red trunks, the champion in white. The referee is Frank Cappuccino. He will not score. 3 judges doing the scoring are Larry Hazard, Joe Cortez, and Carol Castellano, all from New Jersey.
Michael Spinks always starts out slow, and he has a tendency to pretty much feel his opponent out. He has a very good right hand, and I think the movement of Eddie Davis may present a problem. But that jab of Michael Spinks will be able to set him up for the right hand.
Ray, I noticed that Michael Spinks was sweating pretty good when he came into the ring, and Eddie Davis seemed not to. He seemed not to have warmed up enough, so I think we should really watch this first round closely.
Well, I see there that Eddie Davis trying to counter Michael Spinks' left jab, so Spinks can't leave it out too long. He has to snap it.
There was a report that there was some discussion about the hand wraps of Eddie Davis that may have held up his warm-up. He felt in his last outing that was one of the things he did well, was warmed up real well and came out and knocked out Chris Schwenke in his last outing.
Watch the uppercut from Michael Spinks is very good, and that right hand there. I think if he's able to time Eddie Davis as he comes in, because you notice Davis, he keeps that left hand down pretty low, and if Spinks is able to time it, he should be able to land a good, clean right hand.
Well, they call it the Spinks jinx, Ray, and I think that's what we really have to watch out for. He can take you out with one good right hand. Eddie Davis walks in, puts pressure on you, tries to slip punches. There he's just slipped in, but what he didn't do is counter. When you make the other guy miss, you've got to punch.
Well, for sure, the fact that every time that Davis makes Spinks miss, he should throw a punch. A couple punches, as a matter of fact.
Under a minute to go, round number 1. Remember, it's a 12-round championship bout under WBC rules, which are prevailing by agreement here today. In Spinks' last title defense, WBA rules were used. He defeated Oscar Rivadeneira in Vancouver, BC.
Davis has landed a couple of pretty stiff punches this round.
He says he's much more flexible, and he credits the training regimen for making him a more flexible boxer in terms of his muscle tone, muscle movement. He's been convinced by this new routine. Psychologist Robert Palumbo, voice is heard under his recordings that he uses for training and passing along the power of positive thinking, one assumes. Final seconds of round number 1. This is round number 2, scheduled for 12. Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard, a wild left hook by the champion Spinks. Missed. Eddie Davis in red, the champion in white. And in Eddie Davis's corner, he has his manager, Dennis Rappaport, his trainer, Jojo Moore, and his cut man, Victor Valley. Well, of course, Valley trains a number of other boxers, including world champion Billy Costello and heavyweight Jerry Cooney, and we heard him offering his advice as well. There seems to be a slight cut on the bridge of the nose of Eddie Davis.
Tim, he got that in training, Tim. Just a scratch, but it can, you know, influence the judges. Once they see blood, and it can also help Michael, motivate him a little bit.
Well, it looks like they had it patched up with some of that stuff you call new skin, which is coming off. You can see it in this range at ringside.
You know, Tim, I noticed the eyes of Eddie Davis. I mean, he's really psyched out.
That's right, Ray. When Right after the bell rang for the first and second round, it seemed to be almost self-hypnosis. He looked at the floor for a few seconds. Good thing Michael didn't run across the ring and hit him.
Yeah, I mean, he looks very relaxed and to himself, and he looks as though he knows exactly what he wants to do and when it's going to happen.
He's heavy-handed, Ray, and he looks very good so far. He's landed a lot of good body shots. He moves his head well, and then he goes into that crab-like defense that Archie Moore used to use.
Spinks jabbing effectively 3 times in a row here in round 2.
It's not that easy to hit Michael Spinks because he has that very good upper body movement, and then he comes with those right uppercuts, as I stated earlier, and the right hand. Well, it's starting to go through.
Spinks landed a good punch, and right away he followed it up. He felt he hurt Eddie Davis.
You notice here, Spinks is giving a little lateral movement, side to side, and that may throw Eddie Davis' movement off, because Eddie Davis is going straight at him, and he's aggressive.
A little more blood from that nick on the bridge of the nose of Eddie Davis, but it is not, of course, in his eyes. It could be spread up in there, but it will not flow in that direction, unless he's the first boxer in history to have the blood flow uphill.
Keep an eye on that uppercut of Michael Spinks, Tim. I see now that when Davis comes in, every so often, Michael will throw that uppercut, and it lands. It doesn't look as though it hurts, but it's effective.
It's one of his best punches for sure. And his jab, as always, has been effective. He used it so well against Qua. We went 15 rounds and kept that little bull of a fighter, a 5'9", tough guy like Qua. We just kept him away with that sharp left jab, and he's used it well here as well.
Like here, Michael goes into like a shell, he waits, and then he comes out with some big body shots.
Davis landed 2 good body shots, and there Spinks just missed with a right cross. Under 15 seconds remaining, round 2. Coming to the end of the second round, Michael Spinks defending his light heavyweight crown against Eddie Davis. Round number 3, Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard, watching Michael Spinks in white, Eddie Davis in red. 12 rounds for the WBC, WBA, and IBF, all of it. The light heavyweight championship. And Michael Spinks, gentlemen, pretty much as normal, kind of setting the pace and keeping a slow pace in the first couple of rounds.
Well, one thing that Spinks is doing, although he started out very slow, he still is in control. Although that Davis is instead of being the aggressor, and it's very difficult to block those punches thrown by Davis because they're coming from different angles. You see here, Spinks is trying to throw a looping right hand and hooks. But those shots there, those kind of shots, Gil, that do damage.
Well, Davis shook his head, but if he gets hit a couple of more of them, he won't be shaking and he'll be laying on the ground. Should say on the mat.
The right hand hurt. It stunned Davis just now.
Well, you see what Davis is doing now. He's slipping and he's not punching. Anytime he slips, he's got to throw a punch. Otherwise, Michael can get set and really nail him.
Another thing, Davis is walking straight in. So keep an eye on Michael Spinks. Again, I hate to be so redundant, but the right uppercut or either a straight right hand.
Hey, not only don't be redundant, but don't repeat yourself.
Thanks, Gil.
Davis's camp says that he's in the best shape a fighter's ever been in with this new routine, but he is 32 years of age, and certainly we'll be watching his legs if this fight proceeds into the later rounds. Solid left hook landed by Spinks. Perfect counter left hook.
Well, he had got nailed with a couple of good punches, Tim. Looked like Davis was coming on. That was a ripping left hook by Spinks.
Davis has continued to stalk and walk and keep the pressure on with a good body attack on Spinks from the opening bell. Spinks' best shots have been counters.
When Spinks throws a punch, he puts his entire body behind it. He gets so much leverage. That's the reason his punches are far more effective.
Under a minute to go. We're in round 3.
Again, judging around, this is a question if you like the guy with the harder punch of Spinks or the guy that's busy in Davis. Davis can't step out. He has to stay inside. Keep that forehead right on Spinks' chest. Steps outside, it can be fatal.
I think why it's so tough for Michael now, because he's going in one direction, he's moving straight back. And it's giving Davis some momentum. What Mike needs to do is step to the right, step to the left, and confuse his man.
15 seconds to go. Round 3, a little blood in the mouth of Michael Spinks. He cut the lip on the inside. Final seconds, round 3. There's former WBC light heavyweight champ Dwight Muhammad Qawi's ranked number 1 in the world and scheduled to fight Michael Spinks. Indeed, there was even a date set, and it was postponed when Spinks took this fight with number 2 ranked Eddie Davis. So, of course, Qawi very interested in the result here today. Now, Davis coming out quickly here in round number 4, scheduled for 12. Spinks already has a win over Davis's brother Johnny, currently number 4 ranked light heavyweight. Stopped him in 9 in September of 1982. So Eddie Davis has a little extra mission going today.
Tim, Spinks has a slight cut over his left eye. In a brawl like that could prove very significant because they're both landing solid punches.
Solid combination just scored by Davis off the ropes. Davis certainly looks very relaxed.
I'm very impressed with the way that Davis is just maintaining his composure, and he's taking his time. He's picking his shots, and he's being aggressive.
He can't let his movement be predictable. As you said, he's walking straight in, but he has to move that head, and he has to change his height. Otherwise, Michael's going to time him and really nail him.
Watch for that left hook by Michael. I noticed that when Davis comes inside, Michael throws that left hook. He throws it short. As Davis throws the right hand, Michael throws his left hook.
But Eddie has to get off first the way he's doing now. He can't let Michael get set. Really have to crowd him.
Undefeated Michael Spinks, 24 professional bouts, former Olympic champion, yet to taste defeat as a professional. A rather thin light heavyweight division has not presented him with a whole lot of competition. It looks like Eddie Davis is making his life difficult so far for him in the early going in this title bout.
Good right hand by Davis.
That's the left hook. I wonder if Davis can keep this up, the same pace.
Well, that's where that age factor may come into play. As we commented earlier, we'll watch those legs particularly and see how that training program has helped him in that area.
You see what Michael's doing? He's keeping that left jabs, keeping this man at bay. And that is the key to stopping his opponent or beating him. That left jab, keeping the center of the ring.
Well, I don't know whether Michael Spinks' mouth is wide open because he's tired or because his mouthpiece doesn't fit right, but he's the guy that's gasping for breath despite the fact that Eddie's 32 years old.
Under 30 seconds to go. Round number 4. Live from Atlantic City Resorts International Hotel. Light heavyweight championship. Both fighters trading blows inside.
This is a vicious fight, man. Remember, these guys are light heavyweights, so they're really banging.
Right hand, good punch by Spinks. The bell sounds. This is round number 5. Michael Spinks in his 9th title fight. He won the WBA crown in July of '81, defended it 5 times, won the WBC version in March of '83, and this is his 2nd defense.
Davis is letting Spinks get set now. He has to crowd him. Has to keep his hands busy.
Eddie Davis in red in his 2nd title try. Round 5 scheduled for 12 under WBC rules in effect.
Eddie is standing a little too straight up now, too, Ray. If you notice that he's not bending the way he was earlier in the fight.
And that leaves him susceptible to a left hook of Michael Spinks, which is a bomb. I'm checking out Davis' legs and his movement. It's like a delay now, whether fatigue is set in or whether it's old age. Because I'll feel the same way when I step in the ring. I'll be the old guy.
Well, you'll still have 5 years on Davis, however. Davis claims, and his handlers do, that he's just in outstanding condition, and that certainly shouldn't be a problem, but you don't know till you get in there.
He's not punching this round, though, Tim. He's slipping, blocking, but he's not using his hands at all up to this point. There Spinks missed by a mile, and he didn't count it.
There hasn't been too many body shots thrown. I guess mainly because the fighter's defense. Davis has this awkward style, and Michael has superb defense.
Michael got a right hand into the body in that last exchange. Under a minute to go, round number 5.
If anything is going to happen, it's going to happen while these guys are inside.
Davis should stay off the ropes.
You notice Michael stepped back, and he wanted to see what damage he had done. And here, Eddie Davis is back in the ballgame.
That nailed a couple of good punches then, though, Ray.
That right hand, started to land, but not like Michael would want it to land.
Now he missed 3 in a row.
The body's wide open. That would be a great. I think he heard me.
See, Davis is not punching back. That's why Michael can more or less do anything he wants to do. You've got to make the guy pay when he misses.
Under 15 seconds, down to the 10-second mark in round 5. A little final flurry by Davis, but Spinks swings right back.
Again, the body was open.
Round number 6, Tim Ryan with Sugar Ray Leonard and Gil Clancy. And Eddie Davis complained at the end of the round that he had been thumbed by Michael Spinks in round 5. Complained to referee Frank Cappuccino. Cappuccino did warn Spinks to keep his gloves closed, and then went over and said the same thing for balance, we presume, to the corner of Eddie Davis. And you can hear him say again, Cappuccino saying to both fighters, keep them closed. Round 6 scheduled for 12. I felt, gentlemen, in round 5, it's almost imperceptible, but at least apparent kind of fallback on the part of Davis, that steadiness, that drive forward that he showed in the first 4 rounds seemed to slow down somewhat.
If you observe and see what's happened, that jab of Michael's, it's really, he's not putting a lot of moral power behind it. And I think he's gaining more respect from Davis. Plus, it's making Davis think a little more before he rushes in.
In the first couple of rounds, Davis was really punching with abandon. He'd throw a 3-punch combination, come back with another one. Now, if he lands a couple of punches, he waits to see what Michael's going to do, and that's been a big change in the fight. He waits for the receipt. He shouldn't do that. You'll see, he'll throw 2 punches and then stop and wait for Michael.
Good right hand by Spinks. Another one. Missed that entire combination.
Yeah, but Davis is in a little trouble now, Tim.
It seems as though there's a swelling over the left eye of Davis, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, above the left eyebrow. That's from that overhand right that Spinks jinx that's Michael been throwing.
There's Davis with 2 punches again and waits for the receipt. You can't do that.
Not the same zip from Davis that there was in the early rounds. And I think that Spinks realizes that he's lifted his game. Under a minute to go, round 6.
Every punch has leverage on it. 2 big left hooks by Michael Spinks. Boy, can this Davis take a punch. That's that conditioning, Tim. He said he was in great shape, and he is.
Davis is in superior shape. And he's still aggressive. He's still coming straight ahead.
There was the question again, though, throwing those 3 punches and stopping. Knocked Michael off balance and didn't throw a punch.
Under 30 seconds to go in round 6.
Because of Davis' style, he's not an easy guy to fight.
No, that's right. As long as he can stay on Michael like a postage stamp, he's okay. Outside, he has to worry. Or if he pulls out of a clinch, that's the time he really has to worry. Good combination by Davis.
Final seconds of round number 6. Best punch of the fight came late in round 6, that big left hook, Gil.
You know, Tim, when Michael Spinks hits a guy with a left hook like that, he automatically turns around and walks to the neutral corner and waits for the referee to count. But Eddie took it. Got nailed, though, right in the beginning of the round again, Tim.
There have been no knockdowns thus far. Spinks is trying for one right now.
See, Davis is doing all that slipping, but he's not punching back to stop Michael from punching.
Round number 7 scheduled for 12.
There was great upper body movement with Davis. I mean, he was somewhat of an elusive target, although some of the shots thrown by Michael Spinks were getting through, but nothing really clean.
Still, I have the impression, Gil, that it's turned into a defensive fight for Davis in the last couple of rounds. But he hasn't He's not fighting like he's thinking offense and thinking victory. He needs that subliminal motivation working.
A good left hook worked better than the subliminal motivation, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely right. Suddenly now he's come forward with an offense.
What happened, Michael expended a lot of energy right in the beginning of the round. He had to take a breather, and then Davis started to wing.
Davis picked both of those out.
Michael needs to double his jabs, exactly. And double his jabs up and make Davis move. And once Davis stops, then throw that right hand.
Well, Davis is staying on the outside now. That's not a good place for him to be. Right within Michael's punching range.
A guy with this kind of movement like Davis is difficult to try to load up. You have to really set your man up. And you have to be very, very patient.
Well, you're right, Ray, because if Michael starts to throw a punch and misses and he gets nailed coming, he could go.
Davis's only losses to former champion Marvin Johnson, Pete McIntyre, and Dwight Braxton, now Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Under a minute to go, round number 7.
There was the Spinks jig, right on the chin. Nothing happened again. But again, he missed 2 big punches, Michael, and Eddie didn't have the energy to jump back and counter.
The way that was
a good combination, and a right hand backs up Spinks. So Davis comes alive.
A good shot for Spinks to throw. And I see that it's open. It's a left hook to the body of Davis.
This is really a good light heavyweight fight. Both fighters have taken punishment, both dished it out, and both still there.
Under 30 seconds, under 20 now in round 7, and a close one, at least on my scorecard, because I gave Davis the first 2 rounds and then round 4. So here in the 7th, it's still a very close fight as we see it. Coming to the end, round number 7. The bell for round 8, Tim Ryan, Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy live from Atlantic City, where Eddie Davis, a challenger in red, trying to take 3 crowns away from Michael Spinks, the undisputed light heavyweight champion. And my card, I've got a 3-3-1, and Gil and Ray showing a 4-2-1, with Spinks having the edge. So still close if we're doing a good job of scoring. Let's see what happens from round 8 on through 12.
Tim, Victor Valley and Eddie Davis corner told him you have to get rough. You have to make a brawl out of this. Don't try to outthink him. And Davis came right out winging, landed a few good punches.
Well, Spinks has usually been the stronger man in late rounds when he has gone some distance in his bouts. Slow starter and a strong finisher. We're into Spinks country now, round 8.
We're also in Spinks country because Eddie's giving him a little too much room.
Well, also, when Spinks, keep in mind, when Spinks, as he's moving back, he's able to throw a punch while moving back. Either uppercut or left hook. He still maintains balance.
Davis has a lot of opportunities when he slips punches, man, to land big, and he doesn't throw them.
Okay, stop. Okay, come on, work it out.
And I know I'm being redundant.
Just don't repeat yourself.
Thanks.
This is really a good fight.
And there was a case of Davis waiting for Spinks to punch back. He threw 2 punches, didn't throw the left hook. He's waiting to see what Spinks is going to do. He shouldn't do that.
That was
He'll hang out.
That was a great opportunity for Spinks to take advantage of when Davis missed and was completely off balance.
Stop punching and step back. You go straight, you go straight.
Under a minute to go, round 8.
I think Davis is anticipating that overhand right by Spinks, and he's waiting for it. I think what Spinks could probably do with the same right hand, take to the body and back it to the head. It'd be like a surprise attack. You just did it there.
Under 30 seconds remaining in round 8. Davis at no time has been able to hurt Spinks through 8 rounds. He's landed some punches, but he's not put any real hurt on the champion.
Michael, to me, is getting a little tired right now, though. Tim, his mouth is wide open, and he got nailed with a couple of good punches, and he's punching with a little bit of desperation now, really winging them.
Final seconds of the 8th round. Davis with a flurry. Round number 9. Eddie Davis finished with a flurry in round 8. And as you pointed out, appears to be some fatigue on the part of the champion Spinks. This is usually where he's at his strongest. There was some suggestion that he had trouble making the weight. May not have trained as hard for this fight as he should have.
Well, Timmy came in at 172, so he made the weight easily.
Yes, he did, but there was still talk, nonetheless, that he had to get down in a hurry.
Victor Valley suggested in Davis' corners to stay low and keep making him miss. And that's what's creating a few little problems for Michael because of the movement of Davis.
Well, there was a lot of concern in Spinks' corner. I don't know what Michael was complaining about, but he was complaining about something, too. He's in the fight of his life right now.
Well, it's still very close on the scorecards, although Davis, as we mentioned, hasn't been able to really rock Spinks. He has been a very steady force, very consistently aggressive. Either fighter has been down. A couple of nicks above the bridge of the nose in each fighter, and they have not been affected.
You have to really appreciate the condition of both men because these are big men, and they've had a very fast pace from the very beginning.
Good combination by Davis. Good combination. Finished up with a good right hand.
Michael Spinks unbeaten as a champion, 24-0.
Another good combination by Davis, Tim.
When Davis gets inside, I think he's bothering Mike with those rat-tat-tat combinations.
Michael is really puffing and puffing now. He just really took a blow.
Well, Michael's trying to find an opening. I mean, he's hit this guy with bombs.
They put every bit of leverage into that right hand, and here he just nailed him again, and here comes Eddie.
A minute to go, round 9.
Now watch Eddie throw about 3 or 4 punches here. He gets inside, he's starting to become a little bit more aggressive inside.
Good solid left landed by the champion. Right hand back from Davis.
Michael has never taken punishment in a championship fight or in a light heavyweight fight the way he's taken in this fight.
Under 30 seconds to go in the 9th round.
Mistake again. Davis is letting Spinks punch without countering him.
Davis backed out Spinks with that right hand.
Boy, he sure did.
And he landed a good solid right to the body. Coming to the end of the 9th round with the challenger picking up the pace. Backing up Spinks again. Round number 10, subliminal motivation. That's supposed to be a big part of Eddie Davis's preparation for this championship bout, listening to music with a psychologist, Robert Palumbo's power of positive thinking working underneath. And certainly, Ray, you've been impressed by the fact that he seems to be extremely well concentrated and very psyched up.
Well, I'm very impressed because after each round, the end of each round, he'll throw his hands up with, like he's very happy about it, the way his performance has been.
You know, you can't really fool a fight crowd. They sense an upset now, and now everybody's chanting Eddie, Eddie, despite the fact that Michael went in with everybody cheering for him. Look at this.
Well, and usually Spinks is stronger in the later rounds, but the last 2 weeks scoring for Davis, and indeed on our unofficial cards have him slightly ahead now.
When Michael's able to turn the tables around with 1 punch.
Yes, he is. I'm sure Davis is aware of that, but he's taken a lot of Michael's best shots so far. Nobody's been down.
You know, Eddie seems he's fighting a lot more relaxed now. I hope that he just isn't underrating Spinks now. He shouldn't do that.
Scheduled for 12 under WBC sanction.
Watch Eddie dropping his left hand now. He should have continued with the same attack he used the last 2 rounds. Stayed right on him. Here he just threw a couple of punches, didn't jump on him.
Good solid left landed by Davis. He jumped in with it and was lucky enough to land it.
Well, that's what he has to do, Tim. He has to get off first all night long. Just got nailed with a big uppercut. Didn't bother him.
Those are the punches I was claiming that Spinks is able to dish out while he's moving back.
Well, as long as Eddie keeps moving that head and keeps backing Michael up and keeps moving his hands, we're going to see an upset. Michael's going to have to do something really big now.
Mike's going to have to stop, stand there, and take some control and take the initiative.
That's right. Eddie is not letting him do that, Ray. He's on him all the time. Again, Mike was a little tired at the beginning of that 8th round. Maybe he'll get a second win. Maybe.
Under a minute to go in the 10th round. One thing that I seem to notice about Spinks is that he's countering, really going backwards more than he was, too. Showing a lot more respect for Davis.
And watch the left hook of Davis. I mean, he's trying to set Michael up because it's been landed, but not clean. Nothing really effective.
There's 2 good shots in a row by the challenger. Backs up Spinks again, and Spinks landed a counter uppercut.
He must wonder what's holding Eddie up because he hits him with that Sunday punch and nothing happens.
Less than 30 seconds to go in round 10, scheduled for 12. A relentless attack by Davis, who only went backwards about 1 round in this entire fight.
I think there's going to be a lot of fighters buying that record. That's
final seconds, round 10. Round number 11, Tim Ryan, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Gil Clancy, and the feeling is upset in the making. Michael Spinks, the champion in white, unbeaten in 24 professional bouts. Eddie Davis, has he got enough left at the age of 32? On our cards, we have him ahead.
Tim, this is the key round. If Michael doesn't do it this round, Eddie will somehow get through that 12th round. He's missing so many punches, Spinks. Misses 4 out of every 5. Now here comes Davis. Here comes Davis. Spinks expended that energy again.
That was an obvious rally by the champion trying to get rid of this guy. Perhaps Spinks can sense he's behind.
Well, Davis has had subliminal motivation, and he had more of a prep talk. He was told in his corner, you win this fight, you have security the rest of your life. That is motivation.
Wife and 2 daughters, Doreen, Lakeisha, Tamara.
Spinks now is punching with desperation, Tim. He's trying to punch a little too hard. That's one of the reasons he's missing as much as he has. He's really throwing bombs. Davis should really try to just stay busy, just stay in his pattern.
Well, that's what's been working for him. Of course, we don't know how the judges here at ringside are seeing it. Larry Hazard, Joe Cortez, Carol Castellano, all from the state of New Jersey. Cortez and Hazard both active referees.
Eddie Davis is starting to get a little weary now, too, though, Tim. Just threw a right hand, his legs wouldn't hold him.
But they both got to be weary. This has been a grueling pace. We're in round 11.
Here comes Davis. Here comes Davis. Scoring points.
And he thought champion Spinks has about 15-round championship bouts. I'm sure he's glad this one is only 12.
I think fatigue has definitely set in with both men, but they both are so determined.
Ray, Spinks is trying to throw these big bombs, and he's swinging out. He's not punching like a professional fighter. See those punches? They're arm punches. Still hasn't landed.
Well, Davis is riding those punches.
He still hasn't landed.
Davis has got to throw punches, too, though. He can't just stand there and bob and weave.
Well, that was his problem in training, slipping punches and not punching.
He's the challenger. He's got to stay busy. Under a minute to go, round 11.
If it should go another round, the last one will be very interesting.
Davis missing with a combination. 2 tired light heavyweights. An exciting championship bout in Atlantic City.
Good combination by Davis.
Davis just broke the clinch.
Spinks missing again.
Spinks grabbed him, and Davis just broke out of it with that good combination.
Michael had that second win for a while, Tim, but I think he's tired again.
Right hand scored by Davis. A lead. Final seconds, round 11. Round number 12, the final round. Eddie Davis, the challenger in red. Michael Spinks, the champion in white. And
big right hand by Davis, Tim. Shook him right away.
Spinks' corner told him it was very close, and he had to have a big round here in the final round. Davis, I'm sure, his corner telling him, keep that pressure on. It's got you ahead. And Davis is keeping it on. Desperate counter-punching by the champion. Nothing effective.
Well, the this fight, you have to watch those moves of Davis. You have to watch him real close because he's making Spinks miss. And
the left jab of Davis is allowing him to get inside because it's so stiff.
Missed again.
It seems as though Davis is hurt for a second, which is so difficult to tell because he's taking some big bombs.
Well, they're both winging now. So there's Spinks looking to get him out with one shot, but Davis now should be moving his hands, steal around.
Well, a packed Resorts International showroom enjoying a thrilling championship bout that may result in an upset.
Nice combination by Davis.
White Muhammad Qawi here at ringside. He's very interested in the result. Expecting a rematch with Spinks that may wind up with a championship fight against Eddie Davis. Paul Anka, Billy Daniels, entertainers are here at ringside. Usual celebrity crowd who follows boxing.
There's Spinks missing again.
The same punch should be thrown by Davis.
That's right. When he makes Spinks miss, he's supposed to throw a punch.
A short left hook just caught Davis as he was coming in.
And then Davis landed 4 body punches, though, Ray.
That's what's happening.
Overhand right. That landed.
Good right hand by Spinks. And 2 more.
That hurt Davis. That hurt Davis. He's a little more unsteady. Under a minute to go in the fight. Davis punching back. Spinks sensing he hurt him.
This is like Spinks now in the finals of the Olympics, Tim.
Davis still coming forward.
Inside, Davis gets more punches off, but Spinks punches are far more effective, harder, yeah.
That's what makes it difficult to score, right? Here's Davis landing about 6 punches. Depends on what you like. Do you like the hard punch or do you like the punches of the accumulator?
Under 30 seconds to go in the fight. Either way, it's going to be close. I just can't imagine a wide margin of decision.
I like when Spinks steps to the side, he pivots, and he throws a punch.
Spinks wanted that big overhand right. Davis wasn't there. Davis backs up Spinks. There's a little bit of hot dogging in the final seconds. That's a little dangerous.
Good combination by Davis. And he made Spinks miss again, and he made him miss again. But then Spinks landed the final punch because Davis didn't pull a punch.
There it is. It's all over.
A very good fight.
An exciting light heavyweight championship bout. It'll be a close decision, we expect, from the 3 judges at ringside. There's White Muhammad Qawi. He enjoyed the action and must be saying to himself, hey, maybe I'm not going to be fighting Spinks next. I better wait and find out what the decision is. And we will wait for it, along with the rest of you at home. We'll be back here in Atlantic City to render that decision to you momentarily. We're awaiting the decision here in Atlantic City, and we don't see the announcer Frank Shane with the cards in his hand yet. We expect a close decision no matter which way it goes. It is supposed to be cumulative scoring, so there shouldn't be any undue delay in adding up the cards. But so far, we don't see any action in terms of the decision. They've got all 3 belts in here ready to either give back to Michael Spinks or to award to the challenger. Dwight Muhammad Qawi at ringside is getting into the action because he was scheduled to fight Michael Spinks, and he knows full well that that title fight for him may turn out to be against Eddie Davis. Here is the decision.
Here is the voting of the officials coming to you live from Atlantic City at the Resort Hotel and Casino. Judge Larry Hazard scored the fight 118-111. Judge Joe Cortez scores 119-19. And Carol Castellano scores it 115-114. The winner, still undefeated and still the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, it is Michael Spinks. It is Michael Spinks, and we have the challenger, Eddie Davis, and we're going to get the champion, Michael Spinks. Only one close score came from Carol Castellano, a 1-point margin, and that is certainly somewhat surprising. Let's get both fighters over here. Michael. Sorry there, Nelson. Michael, were you surprised that the decision wasn't closer? Only one judge had it a 1-point margin. We thought it was a very close fight.
Oh, no, it wasn't. I didn't think it was a very close fight. I think Eddie done excellent. He came to fight like he said. I thought he was driving around, but he came to fight, put up a hell of a fight, and he gave me difficulties in the ring.
But you don't think it was close?
I don't think it was that. No, I don't think it was close the way the audience or his fans may have thought it was. I think I shut him out all the way.
Mike, let's find out what the challenger thinks. Eddie Davis, what are your feelings?
Well, this is typical of Winter Atlantic City's decision and stuff, as usual. I thought if we go to Justin, that, being that Atlantic City is favorite to Michael Spinks, that he was going to go that way and stuff, this is Michael Spinks' hometown. I don't live in the same. I live in New York. This is Atlantic City. This is your hometown. But the main thing, he's a champ. They gave it to him. Listen, you can beat the guy in first, but you can't beat the guys with the pin. So that's one of those type things,
I thought you won the fight.
I won the fight without a doubt. So, just one of those things. What can you do?
Michael Spinks, what about a rematch?
Oh, I'd be glad to get Eddie a rematch. Hey, tough guy. These people like Eddie is who I need. I need to go the distance. I need to get some decision fight because everybody think I'm invincible. They put me on a plateau where I rightfully belong, maybe, but I think that Eddie is the type of people I need to go up against to get ready for any future bouts I may have.
Michael, you are undefeated. You did the job on the scorecards here. A rematch, I think, would be very attractive. It was an outstanding fight.
Too.
Congratulations to both of you.
Band.
All right. Michael Spinks, the world undisputed light heavyweight champion. Eddie Davis, the challenger. Great show here in Atlantic City. Now let's take you back to Brent, New York.